No, okay, I have to stay here because my mind is in now, right? Uh, okay, I have to stay here. No, I don't know, more or less in the afternoon, evening. I don't know if she come here, right? And I am waiting for my sister for the moment.
Got it. So you're just sort of in wait and see mode. Well, that actually sounds like a good time to just relax a bit and go with the flow. Do you think you might do anything fun at home while you're waiting, or are you just gonna chill?
Um, if you want to explain more or less a topic, a new topic you want, okay?
Absolutely. I'm all ears. If there's a new topic you're interested in, just throw it out there. What are you curious about right now?
A controversial topic, a serious topic, and but not all the time. More or less, we have more or less the same topic. AI. Um, so IA, sorry, okay. This is a controversial, serious, more or less like. If it's a small interesting topic, please choose yourself a level, advanced level, please.
All right, we're diving into the deep end. Advanced level mode activated. So let's pick a controversial topic and really dig in. How about something like the ethics of artificial intelligence in decision making? We can really stir the pot with that one. What do you think?
Again, please change the topic. It's all the time the same. It's ethic. You know, we are talking about the ethic. New topic, please. Everything. Could you change, please?
Oh yeah, let's absolutely switch it up. We can toss the AI ethics out the window for now and pick something totally different. How about we talk about space exploration or maybe the future of virtual reality? Let's dive in wherever you're curious.
Another, please. We were talking last day the same. Could you change more or less that topic?
Absolutely. Let's break the mold and go for something completely fresh. How about we jump into a totally new angle, like exploring the future of urban living, or maybe the idea of rewilding cities? Something totally out of left field. Let me know what catches your interest.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, this is the future more or less. Okay, why not? This. I agree. Okay, with this topic now, right? No problem. And okay, this is the German. I live in a neighborhood. Is sometimes rude people. Okay, I'm impolite, you know. But depending on the shops, it's not all the people. They have more this kind of mindset. Okay, this exactly one. This is like a village. When I live here, I have more or less I realize this is like a village. No doubt. Okay, and I think sometimes is we have. There's a lot of drugs addiction here, right? This is true, no doubt, okay? In the afternoon, I have a look now in my window, and close to me, there's the people sit down in front of me, yeah, and sometimes they have, we say here, aguador, this smallest call to the room, it's a drug room, right? And they call because the policeman is coming here, right? It's usual here.
It sounds like you've got a truly unique little slice of life going on. It's like you're living in a village within the city. There's something really interesting about that contrast. On one hand, you've got that close-knit, everybody knows everybody vibe. And on the other, there are these real-world issues popping up. So I'm curious, what do you think makes your neighborhood feel like a village to you?
I think it's I feel sometimes with like some bad game or less because sometimes they disturb me, and I have a normal life. I just practice sport. I don't smoke. I don't drink alcohol. Okay, but it's like here this is this kind of mindset, the village mindset, just like a duty, and I don't agree. So okay, because sometimes disturb me in the morning. In the morning, just want to stay. They get up in the morning, and then it's just not it's not fair because we stay in a place in a quiet place now, and sometimes disturb the rest of the people in the neighborhood in the same town. Okay.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's like you're on a different wavelength than some of the folks around you, and that can definitely feel like a clash. You want to have your peace and your healthy routines, and sometimes it feels like the whole neighborhood has its own rhythm that's not quite in sync with yours. So tell me, have you found any little ways to carve out that peace for yourself or connect with like-minded neighbors to make it a bit easier?
Yes. Okay. okay, thing is that I'm older neighbor. Yeah, I live in my building, and this is all people. It's true. This is not the building. It's construction. It's all people here living here. And the family now is the young families. Here's my close to me now. This is like a four flats. They are living here, young people, because it's was the last old residence of the neighborhood residence, right? With the army, last army here, and the generation is passes, right? This is how do you say, sir? It's the last generation, and sometimes with more mixture during the 21st century, the last generation, old people and drugs addiction, sure, right?
Yeah, you've got an interesting mix going on there. A lot of older residents who've been around for ages, and then this new wave of younger families coming in. It's like the neighborhood's caught between generations, and you end up with this different lifestyles all bumping into each other, right? So it definitely makes sense why you'd notice the generational shifts and the challenges that come with them. So hey, maybe you can find some common ground with those younger neighbors. How do you think you get started on that?
I think it's impossible, more or less, to mixture, more or less, the generations. Okay, there's a challenge, and it's impossible. Okay, because that generation is completely different, and because I think more or less the trouble is because we don't have a real order here. This is only one, I would say, a square. So close to here, the square is not too many building, right? It's like a two square, right? And I think this is the problem, because this is the beginning of something new. Okay, it's the next generation. You have the road. It's just the building, the road. Okay, and it's like a 2-3 towns, 2-3 streets exactly. So streets and squares. It's like it's rotten. It's rotten. Yeah, it's just corrupt people. Okay, and this.
Yeah, I hear you. Honestly, it sounds like you're in the middle of a neighborhood that's just going through some growing pains with all those changes. Sometimes new development and different generations do end up mixing in unexpected ways, and that can cause friction. Even if it feels impossible right now, sometimes little steps or just a bit of patience can start to shift things bit by bit. So let's see if we can keep exploring your options. Maybe there's a small way to make your corner a little more peaceful. How's that sound?
Yes, because I have to change. I have to move my shop. I have to find what the kinds of people you are talking about now. Okay, and this is the development. It is depending on the mindset, but I think it's the delaying. So it's decaying more of the mindset of the next generation. This is the pity, because then the 21st century is nice. Okay, now I think this is the problem now is because there's no order. The law here is like no law. It's like it's opposite of the law. Okay, I am an honest man, I'm innocent, and sometimes I feel like a guilt of something. It's because they have excuses, lies, fake news. Okay, in my neighborhood. Okay, you are the guilty. What the guilty? Sure, and this is my case and the case of everybody surrounding me. Okay.
It sounds like you're dealing with a lot of layers here. Not just generational differences, but maybe a sense that things feel a bit lawless or out of order. And I get that. It can be frustrating when it feels like there's no real structure to fall back on and people start pointing fingers or spreading rumors. It's understandable that you'd feel a bit of that weight. The good news is, just talking about it can be a good first step to figuring out some next moves. So let's keep the conversation going. What would be one thing that could help you feel a bit more at ease in your neighborhood?
I think we have to waiting for you are talking about now, okay? And we are waiting for more or less a new, I don't know much new new type of order, because this is a straight. The other road is straight. It's worse than here. This is like a disorder. There's no law there. San Antonio law, okay? There's San Antonio straight. If you could have a look at that, you could check yourself the I'm talking about now. This is very difficult to find a way, and then but this is possible. Maybe I have to waiting for more in the future, but it's depending on the government saying. Sure, the town hall is useful here the city hall, town hall is just full here, right? They say it's not. It's like a joke, more or less. Say more or less, stay here. The policeman, the people there's the signs, okay, the alarms, it's like a alarming the aguadores, go home, right? Go home, stay and shut up, okay? Go home, start up. We stay here, but they don't use the law, okay? Because they smoke drugs on, and then they have the real knowledge, the real knowledge of the people. They have to disturbing the street, okay?
Yeah, I do understand what you're saying. It's like you're in this spot where there's just a lot of chaos, or at least a feeling that nobody's really enforcing the rules, and that can make anyone feel kind of helpless. And hey, I totally get that sense of disappointment when it seems like the people who should be keeping order aren't doing much. But I think even in those tricky situations, just having a voice and figuring out how to connect with others who feel the same can be a small step forward. So let's think about that. How can you team up with maybe one or two people around you who share your mindset?
This is that we need to get together, more or less, in a reunion, encounter, everything in one meeting, okay, with the rest of the neighborhood, okay. But it's very important. It's like a strike. Is a strike when it's in one place? No, it's impossible, right? It's all people. They have this own retiring money, right? And they mind. They don't care sometimes, okay. They have this own life. And the next generation is a mixture again. I would explain the next generation mixture of the last grandparents mindset with that grandparents mixed with drugs, with the corruption, okay, and the prostitution sometimes. Incredible prostitution here, incredible, right? It's like on my honest point of view, it's like normal. It's the usual the prostitution here.
Yeah, I get it. You're painting quite a picture of this mix of generations and how it's creating this strange kind of chaotic culture around you. It's not easy when you feel like there's a clash between different ways of living, and some of the older folks are just doing their own thing with their pension and not really getting involved, and the younger crowds bringing in their own issues. It can definitely feel overwhelming. But having that honest perspective and being able to talk about it is a start. So let's think of what's one small thing you could do to start making a little bit of a positive ripple, even if it's just talking to one neighbor who might feel the same way.
Yes, no doubt, okay, more or less, there's some neighborhood something, okay? No doubt, okay, this is true, sure. Okay, this is their pension from the retiring money, right? It's true, so they don't care sometimes. And sometimes I feel like I'm the guilty. It's incredible, I'm the guilty, so they don't understand. They have a look down shop, but what's the problem? The last day where they are fighting, not far from here, there's a disco, they fighting, like a tumbao disco, right? They were fighting, and then, no, it's like that disco is open now, okay? Never mind. So if this is south, it's not black, okay? I think this is I think this is not it's not fair, okay? With more or less the people, honest people, they disturb the normal hard workers and so on me, okay?
Yeah, I totally get that perspective. I mean, when you're one of the people just trying to live your life, do your work, and you have all this chaos around you, it can definitely feel unfair. And it's okay to feel frustrated by it all. But hey, even just having these conversations is a start, right? So let's keep our heads up and figure out how you can make your corner of the world just a little bit better, maybe with a small step at a time. So is there any one neighbor you feel like you can maybe break the ice with and have a chat?
Yes, but we need why not grass grow, okay? It's a growth, more or less. It's not a bad idea. How more or less something is not bad, okay? By computer, directly by the cell phone, okay? We have more conversation directly. We have to think on when all conversation directly. And why not we could create the community, more or less the WhatsApp of the community, WhatsApp of the and all the people thinking more or less a troublemaker situation with the neighbor, with the it's like impolite people, impolite, and neighbor is troublemaker people, right?
Absolutely, and I think you're really onto something there. Just having that kind of community touch point, even if it's just a couple of people coming together over the phones or having a quick call, can start building that sense of connection. You don't need everyone to be on board right away, just a few honest voices can make a difference. And who knows, maybe you can create a little neighborhood chat group